Welcome back to 2007 Hyundai Santa Fe front wheel drive. Needs a wheel bearing and a hub, so we're going to do that. Going to have to remove caliper, rotor, and we're going to have to undo the tie rod. And even if I wasn't doing the inner tie rod, I'd still undo this outer tie rod end, because it's just easier to get the bolts at the bolts that you need to get at if you do that. Look at this control arm. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. I know it's got a newer ball joint, and we're going to have to undo the pinch bolt on the ball joint as well to get that loose, because it's going to block a couple of the bolts that need to come out of the hub. Push the piston back in a little bit on the brake, so when we go put this back on, it's not going to give us grief because it's real tight to the rotor. That's it. It's a little bit of playing room. 2 mounting bolts in the back of this bracket. I think I can get to the lower one with a gun. I don't think I can get to the upper with a gun. There it is. Let's hang this up. Come on. Keep that up out of the way. Drop my light 85 times. Now we'll see how much problem this rotor gives us. A lot of rust. Already tell. This coming loose though. I'm sure it's going to hang up on the inside of this, because there's going to be a significant amount of rust. So it's loose, and we're just going to have to fight it to get it off of here. I'm sure. Sure it's hanging up on the inside. Oh boy. Little by little. It's coming now. It's hanging up on the inside there, on that rust ridge, I'm sure. Get it out of the way. Alright, so you can see these top 2 bolts right here. There's 2 more down the bottom, come in from the back here. That's the 4 bolts we have to get off to get this hub off. First we're going to undo this tie rod end and get that out of the way. This cotter pin. Get that cotter pin undone here. Come on. This is just going to cut this off. Easier. Try to get these cotter pins as straight as I can get them. This makes it easier to get them out. Cutters here. Grab a hold of them. Try that again. It's twisted, that's why. You don't twist it. Twist it up, makes it harder to get through there. There we go. Little by little. There it is. 19 millimeter. Alright, just put that back on temporarily. Break that loose. Hit what it goes through, don't hit it. You're going to tap it maybe at the end, but you want to hit what it goes through. There it goes. Not too bad. Undo that and just set that aside. Then undo this axle nut. It's 32 millimeter. Get that undone. buried all the way back in here, huh? It's hard for me to get at it. That's not nice. All right. I said 32 millimeter. I don't believe my small gun will do this, but we'll try it first. And when it doesn't, I'll move the big one. All right, make a liar out of me. Came right out. All right, got a washer in there we need to get out. Whew. It's hot. Another thing about being outside in the sun. It's a little warm. Now I've got to get this axle to move too. Let me get the washer off of here. Come on. Come on. Should have just grabbed it with a magnet, but... Ah, come on. Don't fight me. Quit fighting me. Let's try it again. There we go. All right. Now, gotta make sure this axle will move. Gotta put this back on here temporarily. Make sure it's loose. Turn it right in, even with the end. You can tap on it with a hammer. Get an air hammer, which I do. I'm just gonna try air hammer first. Oh yeah. Not tap it with a hammer, you're just protecting the threads by putting that nut back on there like that. Make sure you protect them. You want to make sure it's getting the outside was really loose. This side moves but not as nice. Alright. Straighten this out here. It's loose though, which is what I care about. We're looking at the back of the hub here. This pinch bolt for the ball joint blocks these bolts on either end, either side. The two at the bottom have to come up, two at the top, obviously not blocked. First thing, we're going to take this ABS sensor, we're going to disconnect it, move it up out of the way so we don't damage it. I don't want to take the chance of damage. This is a 10 millimeter bolt. We'll take that out of there. Okay. Alright, now, should be able to just wiggle this out. Sometimes they can get hung up. These aren't too bad, so we'll just pop it out of the strut here and hang it up on the coil spring. Just get it out of the way so we don't have to worry about damaging it. Now we got to take this cotter pin off. Get my cutters here, my side cutters. Or I need on those, either one. I'll need my side cutters. We'll just take this cotter pin out of this pinch bolt for the ball joint. Come on. I have to get my side cutters for this. Alright, I found them right in front of my nose. Tool management has not been great lately. Pretty poor, actually. Try to straighten these out a little bit. They get twisted up and then they get hard to get out of here. There it goes. Alright, take the cotter pin out of that. I think it's 17 millimeter. Let's see. Yep, 17. Man, my tool management has been horrendous lately. Just horrendous. I know better. Just been doing poorly at it. I don't think it'll spin the other side. I don't think, but we'll see. That's definitely not going to spin the other side because of the gun. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other end of the. Just spin it and try to break it loose. They get corroded inside. They don't like to move. So we'll just do the same thing. Just get them to move. We'll take a hammer and we'll tap it. Should move now. Tap it through. Pull it out. Alright, got it out. Just set that aside. I'm not going to break the ball joint loose. I don't want to do that. But it was blocking the head of that bolt. Both of those bolts on lower. So now should be able to get at them, I think. And see if we can get them loose. 14 millimeter. Might have to break them loose with a wrench first. Yeah, I think so. A long to the side. So I'll just put a wrench in there, a long wrench, and a hammer. Get them started, and then we'll back them out. Alright, now it's loose. I'll do the same with the top one here. Same deal. Get it started. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, which you can't see, but I'm basically doing the same thing. Just get them started so I can get them out. Good. 3 to 4, one left. There it is. Alright. Got them all started. Let me see if I can get a socket on them with an air gun. I don't know if I can get them all this way, but I think I can get at least 1 or 2 of them this way. I'll save some time. I believe I can get this bottom one probably. One down, 3 to go. There you go, 2. That's 2. Going to the other side now. So now we got to drive this hub off. Usually the other side came apart pretty easily. You can I try to rotate these if I can, but this one I found out that or you can get a chisel and kind of knock and try to get a gap here, but I found at least on the other side hitting the edge of the hub. You can also use a slide hammer. I have a slide hammer if I need it to yank that off of there, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. We're just gonna beat on it a little bit. There it goes. There we go. A little bit of corrosion in there, but not too bad. It's already loose. So we're going to go in here now, and just around this edge. Get my light back up in here so you can see. And we're going to clean up in here. Brake cleaner, chemical 1001 uses. Okay. Alright, let's figure out this. Gotta line it up as we put it on here. Okay. There we go, that's a little better. I'm gonna go wire wheel my bolts before we put them back in. That's just a reversal of what we did before. I'm just gonna start lining these bolts up and getting them started. And now I'm gonna take my gloves off for this. And getting all 4 of them started by hand, making sure they're not cross-threaded or anything like that. Just a little bit of tap, not much. I'm watching them as they come into the threads. They go to the bottom on this side. See if we can get that one started too. Right, they're started. Get that past that spot there. Got 3 of them started. 1 more to go in the bottom here. That should go right in if they're all lined up, and it is. It's going right in. I'm going to go around the other side and do the same thing here. Not a whole lot to see. Okay. I'm all tightened up. It's good. I'll put my ABS. I'm going to push this back in. We'll put my spindle nut back on there. Just run it in real lightly on the front. I'm going to torque that. Just going to run it in and pull the axle up a little bit. Not a lot, just enough to pull that axle all the way out. And then we'll torque it. Just running the spindle nut in. Just so it's snugged up. Okay, let's put our ABS bracket. Let's put our ABS sensor back in into its holder there. Put my 10mm bolt here. That's pretty close here. Okay, snug it up. Don't kill it. It's just plastic. All right, put it back, connect it to back into its bracket on the strut. Wiggle it in. Real tight. I wonder if I can use the ground for this one. Probably. Whew. Taking everything I have. Oh. There it is. I gotta go a little bit more because of to line my holes up. A little more. There we go. All right. Super. Cotter pin. Oh, gotta put my ball joint back in too. My pinch bolt for my ball joint. Don't want to forget that. It'll be bad. That's sitting right here. We'll do that as well. All that. I'll just trim that off. Alright, let's go back underneath and do the pinch bolt. I almost forgot. Nah, I wouldn't have forgotten it. Bolt's sitting right in front of me. I would have seen it at some point. Alright. Get my, right here, pinch bolt. I'm going to put a little anti-seize up on the shoulder of this, not on the threads, but on the shoulder. It tends to where they get kind of locked up, corroded. So we'll just put a little Loctite on our little, I don't know if I said Loctite, anti-seize. Sorry, I think I said Loctite. I meant anti-seize. Forget that stuff I was saying before. Alright. I gotta turn the wheel so I can get at it. Okay. Now I gotta turn it back so you can see. 17 millimeter, if I remember correctly, which I think I do. Just disconnecting air tools for no reason. I can just connect them back up again. Whoa! Got you. Knocked you over. Let's try that again. Alright. My cotter pins down. Probably gonna spin this one, we'll see. I need an extension. Yep. Okay. Do not spin the head. It's tight. Put a cotter pin in it. So these have a long and a short side. I always stick the long side away from the inside, whatever joint is, so you can grab it easier. Stick it through there, and then grab that outside one and just peel it up. Makes it easier. Whether you're doing it with a pair of pliers or just doing it by. So look at that. It ain't going anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. I got my tie rod hooked back up. 19 millimeter. Good. Cotter pin. Put that in. Good. Alright, so now we just have to put the rotor and the caliper back on. I'm not going to show that. You took them off. If you got this far, you can put them back on. We're just going to do that. That's pretty much it. Not really too bad a job. You know, hour maybe, depending on how it goes. But not too bad, actually. Well, that's it for the 2007 Hyundai Santa Fe. New wheel bearings in the front, hubs, new inner tie rods. It's 100% better driving down the road, but pretty sure it needs control arms just by the way it feels. We're going to take a closer look at them, and if so, we'll be doing control arms, lower control arms in the front of that real shortly. If you have this problem with your car, I hope this helps you out. If you like the video, subscribe below. Thanks for watching.